What do professional nappers, fake paparazzi, and artists who sculpt with butter all have in common? They're all part of a real, functioning American economy. This isn't a list of ideas, it's a list of realities. We've found 49 businesses so strange, you'll spend the next half hour questioning everything you thought you knew about supply, demand, and the outer limits of human ingenuity. 1. Still cleaning your ears with a cotton swab? How charmingly medieval. For the truly enlightened individual, there's a business dedicated to earwax candling. The premise is simple, yet daring. You insert a specially designed hollow candle into your ear, and then someone lights the other end on fire. The gentle warmth supposedly creates a vacuum that mystically coaxes out years of impacted wax. Of course, every single medical professional on the planet will tell you this is a dangerous fantasy, and the gunk you see afterward is just melted candle wax. So it's not just a business. It's a performance art piece about selling people a fire hazard that makes them think they're becoming healthier. 2. Is your yard losing its battle against nature? You could spend your weekend wrestling with a lawnmower, or you could make a smarter, far more entertaining choice: rent a goat. These services will deliver a team of highly motivated four-legged landscaping artists to your property. They are the special forces of vegetation removal, requiring no fuel and leaving behind little pellets of all-natural fertilizer. They'll devour poison ivy, thorny bushes, and stubborn weeds with a passion that is both inspiring and slightly terrifying. Just be warned, their definition of unwanted vegetation includes your award-winning roses, your vegetable garden, and the decorative wreath on your front door. It's not just landscaping. It's a live demonstration of glorious, chaotic nature reclaiming its territory, one bite at a time. 3. Do you ever dream of having an escape route for when your in-laws make a surprise visit? A regular door is for amateurs. What you need is a secret passage builder. These master craftsmen will transform your home into a spy movie set, installing hidden doorways where none should exist. That unassuming bookshelf? It now swings open to reveal your man cave. That grand fireplace? It rotates to expose a secret staircase. It is the most magnificently impractical and expensive home renovation imaginable, designed for the sole purpose of dramatically vanishing from a conversation about politics or to simply avoid taking out the garbage. It's the ultimate power move for the domestic recluse. 4. There are bad smells, and then there are odors. Scents so powerful they seem to bend the very fabric of reality. For these situations, you don't need air freshener. You need an extreme odor removal service. These are the hazmat-suited heroes who boldly go where no nose has gone before. Their business is tackling the aftermath of unattended deaths, severe hoarding situations, and industrial-scale skunk attacks. They wield ozone generators and proprietary enzymes to battle smells that have physically embedded themselves into the drywall. These professionals don't just clean a room, they perform an exorcism on the air itself, restoring a space from a biohazardous nightmare to something you can breathe in without your soul trying to escape your body. 5. Flowers are a nice gesture, but they scream, "I made a conventional, low-effort choice." If you really want to make a statement, you need a meat bouquet. This is a business that looked at traditional romance and said, this could use more sodium and cured pork. These magnificent arrangements feature intricately folded rosettes of salami, long-stemmed bacon, and elegant sprigs of beef jerky. It's the perfect way to communicate deep affection to the carnivore in your life. It's a gift that says, "I love you, but I also understand that true happiness is something you can eat, preferably with a side of cheese." 6. In the depths of your attic, there's likely a box of old toys. Inside, a doll with a missing eye and a cracked porcelain face stares into the darkness. Your first instinct might be to burn it, but there's another option: a doll hospital. These are dedicated repair shops where skilled surgeons perform delicate procedures on creepy childhood relics. They'll reattach limbs, perform eyeball transplants, and stitch up tattered bodies with unnerving precision. They treat each patient with a level of care that is both admirable and deeply unsettling. They'll send your doll home good as new, ready to resume its rightful place on a shelf in your bedroom, silently watching you sleep. Sweet dreams. 7. Is your grand opening looking a little empty? Is your political rally more of a small gathering? Don't worry about genuine grassroots support when you can simply buy it. Rent-a-Mob services provide professionally trained crowds for any occasion. These actors for hire can seamlessly transform into a horde of adoring fans, a group of furious protesters, or just a bunch of people milling about to make your event look important. It's a beautifully cynical business model that proves if you can't earn public support, you can always just put it on the company credit card. Welcome to the free market of manufactured feelings. 8. Are you worried your dog is spending too much time on the couch, contemplating his own existence? The solution is here. The Mobile Dog Gym. This is a converted van, fully equipped with canine-sized treadmills, agility courses, and a personal trainer who will show up at your doorstep to give your pug a high-intensity workout. While you're at your desk job, your dog is getting shredded, improving his cardio, and living his best life. On one hand, it's a brilliant solution for pet health. On the other, it's a four-wheeled monument to the moment we, as a species, officially became more invested in our dog's fitness routines than our own. 9. Do you ever find yourself munching on a potato chip and thinking, this is fine, but what I truly crave is a snack that captures the essence of a damp, forgotten library book? For you, the culinary fringe dweller, there are personalized potato chip flavor creators. These are the chaos agents of the snack food industry, ready to conspire with you to bring your most unhinged flavor fantasies to life. Want a chip that tastes like a summer tire swing or the lingering disappointment of a failed exam? For a price, they will make it happen. It's a business that proves that just because you can create a potato chip that tastes like your own childhood memory of falling off a bike, it absolutely does not mean you should. 10. For the gentleman whose majestic facial hair feels tragically unadorned, there exists a whole industry of beard bling retailers. This isn't just about grooming. This is about accessorizing your face like it's a living chandelier. These businesses sell an astonishing array of glittering baubles, miniature Viking axes, and dangling chains designed to be woven into your beard. It's a bold aesthetic choice that transforms your chin from a symbol of rugged manliness into a conversation piece that jingles when you turn your head too fast. It's the ultimate way to tell the world, I'm sophisticated enough for jewelry, but I also want to catch crumbs in style. 11. When your local park or golf course has been conquered by a feathered mafia of Canadian geese, who do you call? The Goose Patrol. These businesses don't use weapons, they use something far more intimidating: a single, highly trained border collie. This dog is a four-legged special operative, a master of psychological warfare that uses its predatory stare and flanking maneuvers to herd the entire honking menace off your property. The geese, who fear no human, are utterly terrified. It is a profoundly humbling and hilarious spectacle to witness an entire flock of avian bullies being silently and efficiently bossed around by one very good, very focused dog. 12. So, your heart has been shattered into a million pieces. You could wallow in sorrow with a tub of ice cream and your best friend, or you could monetize your misery at a breakup recovery retreat. These are luxury boot camps for the recently heartbroken, charging thousands of dollars for a weekend of trust falls, group crying sessions, and workshops on conscious uncoupling. It's an elaborate, expensive process designed to make you feel like you're actively healing, when you're really just paying a mortgage payment to have a stranger tell you things your mom would have told you for free. It's the peak of turning a universal human experience into a premium packaged commodity. 13. Are you tired of the boring limitations of Earth-based real estate? Why not expand your portfolio to the final frontier by purchasing land on the moon? Several enterprising companies will happily sell you a very handsome, official-looking deed to your own personal crater. Now, to be clear, this document has the same legal authority as a certificate you get for naming a star after your hamster, which is to say, absolutely none. But that's not the point. The point is the unshakable confidence you'll have at your next dinner party when you casually mention you're a lunar property developer, while conveniently omitting the fact that your property lacks oxygen, water, and any legal recognition. 14. Regular escape rooms with their predictable defuse the bomb or solve the murder plots are becoming cliché. The new frontier in recreational panic is the bizarrely themed escape room. Imagine being locked in a room called Escape the Awkward Thanksgiving Dinner, where the final key is hidden inside a gelatin mold and you have to decipher your aunt's passive-aggressive compliments to get a clue. Or perhaps the Assemble IKEA Furniture Before Your Relationship Implodes room, a true test of teamwork and sanity. These businesses have realized that the most terrifying puzzles aren't about saving the world, but surviving the horrors of everyday life. 15. In the glorious city of Las Vegas, the American ideals of romance and efficiency have merged into their ultimate form: the drive-through wedding chapel. This is matrimony streamlined to the point of absurdity. You can literally pledge eternal love from the driver's seat of a rented Ford Mustang. You place your order for a legally binding union. An Elvis impersonator serenades you through the passenger window, and you drive off with a marriage certificate that has the same emotional weight as a receipt for a value meal. It's the perfect option for the couple who looks at each other and says, "I love you, but I also want to get this done before the dinner buffet closes." 16. Do you crave the intoxicating thrill of fame but lack any discernible talent or achievement? Now you can simply rent it by the hour by hiring fake paparazzi. This service provides a team of convincing actors, armed with flashing cameras and a burning desire to scream your name in public. They will mob you as you exit a convenience store, turning your mundane errand for milk into a baffling spectacle for everyone around you. It's the ultimate exercise in pure, unadulterated vanity, allowing you to experience the most annoying parts of being a celebrity with none of the work, talent, or lucrative endorsement deals. 17. To the average person, a sports mascot is just a sweaty intern in a giant fuzzy suit. But to those in the know, it is a high art form with its own dedicated mascot training schools. This is where aspiring performers learn the sacred craft of nonverbal communication and exaggerated gestures. The curriculum is intense, covering vital skills like the art of the comedic tumble, advanced t-shirt cannon marksmanship, and a doctoral-level course on surviving hugs from inebriated fans. It's a business that takes the act of being professionally ridiculous with the utmost seriousness, proving there's a formal education for literally everything. 18. If meditation apps aren't cutting it and yoga feels like too much work, perhaps it's time you tried chicken therapy. Yes, this is a real business where you pay for the opportunity to hold and pet a live chicken for its purported calming effects. Proponents claim the soft feathers and gentle clucking can melt away your stress. Imagine explaining this to your friends. You're skipping drinks because you have a session with Dr. Peckins, your new therapist, who communicates through a series of blank stares and has a tendency to poop on your lap. It is perhaps the most bizarre and yet strangely compelling wellness trend to ever exist. 19. We're all being told to eat more sustainable protein to save the planet. But while you're thinking of chickpeas, some culinary visionaries are thinking of crickets. Welcome to the world of edible insect farms and restaurants, a business built on the audacious premise that what your salad really needs is a handful of roasted bugs. These establishments serve up everything from ant-egg tacos to stir-fried mealworms, marketing them as the nutritious, eco-friendly future of food. But let's be honest, it's not a meal, it's a personal challenge. It's a business that looks you dead in the eye and asks, "How brave are you, really?" 20. For those who believe the woods are hiding a tall, hairy, and exceptionally camera-shy relative, there are Sasquatch hunting tours. These businesses lead hopeful adventurers deep into the wilderness, armed with cutting-edge equipment like night vision goggles and plaster for casting footprints. The guides are masters of building suspense, pointing out every snapped twig and distant owl hoot as potential evidence. Let's be brutally honest. The most mysterious creature you're likely to encounter is a raccoon with a bad attitude. But you're not really paying to find Bigfoot. You're paying for an expensive, mosquito-filled camping trip with a mythological theme and the right to tell your coworkers you almost found him. 21. Ever thought the view from your hotel room was boring? How about a view composed entirely of water and the occasional confused fish? Welcome to Jules's Undersea Lodge in Florida, the only hotel in the world that requires you to be a certified scuba diver just to check in. Your room is a former underwater research lab, so getting your luggage to the front door is a major logistical operation. This is the ultimate destination for marine biologists and James Bond villains. For everyone else, it's a high-end claustrophobic experience where a simple desire for a late-night snack involves strapping on an oxygen tank and facing the abyss. 22. In the world of body art, some people get a small butterfly on their ankle. Others opt for the nuclear option, the blackout tattoo. This is a business where tattoo artists don't just draw on your skin, they redact it. Entire limbs or sections of the body are covered in a dense, solid field of black ink. It's less of a tattoo and more of a permanent article of clothing. It's an undeniably bold statement, one that says, "I am completely out of space for other tattoos," or perhaps, "I have made a decision so permanent that laser removal specialists will use photos of me to put their kids through college." 23. Your regular dentist handles cavities and cleanings. But for a select nocturnal clientele, there are dentists who specialize in vampire fangs. These are not cheap plastic costume fangs. These are custom-sculpted porcelain veneers bonded to your actual teeth. You can get them permanently installed or as removable caps for when you have a meeting with HR. This is a dental practice dedicated to ensuring your smile is less friendly greeting and more potential predatory threat. It's a remarkable fusion of medical science and gothic subculture, turning every yawn into a moment of high drama. 24. The standard car horn is a blunt instrument, a simple, angry, "hey!" But for the more nuanced driver, there are custom car horn installers. These businesses will replace your car's boring honk with literally any sound you can imagine. Want to express your frustration at being cut off with the sound of a steam locomotive? Done. Prefer to alert pedestrians with a snippet of La Cucaracha? Easy. It's a service that allows you to turn your vehicle into a rolling soundboard of absurdity, ensuring that every moment of road rage is now a confusing and likely hilarious spectacle for everyone else on the road. 25. Ever wondered what happens to that suitcase the airline misplaced on your trip to Orlando? It might have ended up at a lost luggage auction. These businesses buy up mountains of unclaimed baggage and sell it, often sight unseen to the highest bidder. It's the ultimate game of chance. You could be bidding on a suitcase filled with a Rolex and designer clothes, but it's far more likely you're paying for a stranger's collection of dirty laundry and a half-eaten bag of pretzels. It's like a treasure hunt for optimists who aren't afraid of other people's lingering body odor. 26. Whether you're a billionaire concerned about home invaders or just a parent who really needs 5 minutes of absolute silence, panic room installers have you covered. These companies build high-security sanctuaries hidden within your own home. We're talking reinforced steel walls, separate ventilation, and dedicated communication lines. The works. It's a Bond villain-level feature for a suburban house. While it's designed for life-or-death situations, let's be real. Its primary function is probably as the world's most over-engineered hiding spot to escape from visiting relatives or to eat snacks without having to share. 27. If you've ever played foosball and thought, "This is fun, but I wish it involved more awkward shuffling and potential for bodily injury," then you'll love human foosball arenas. In this life-sized version of the game, players are strapped to horizontal poles across a giant field. Your movement is restricted. You can only shuffle side to side with the other people on your pole, creating a chaotic, uncoordinated ballet of kicking. It has all the fast-paced energy of the tabletop game, but with the added bonus of being physically tethered to your least athletic friend. 28. The modern world is a constant barrage of noise and notifications. The solution? Pay a business to lock you in a dark, silent box. Sensory deprivation. Tank centers offer just that. An enclosed pod filled with skin-temperature salt water so buoyant you float effortlessly. In theory, It's a shortcut to a deep meditative state. In practice, for many, it's a 1-hour face-to-face meeting with every single anxiety and cringy memory you've ever had, with no distractions whatsoever. It's a business that sells you complete and utter nothingness, which can either be profoundly relaxing or a one-way ticket to an existential crisis. 29. For most people, a tornado warning means heading to the basement. For the clients of a storm-chasing tour company, it means, get in the van, we're leaving now. These businesses cater to adrenaline junkies by taking them dangerously close to some of nature's most violent weather phenomena. Guided by expert meteorologists, you get to witness the terrifying majesty of a supercell thunderstorm, or a full-blown twister from a distance that feels both thrilling and profoundly irresponsible. It's the ultimate vacation for people who find relaxing on a beach to be dreadfully boring. 30. Getting a tattoo or a piercing is pretty mainstream these days. But for those who want to push the boundaries of the human form, there are extreme body modification artists. These are the people you go to for procedures that make a simple nose ring look like child's play. We're talking about tongue splitting to create a forked effect, subdermal implants to create horns, or even eyeball tattooing. It's a business that operates on the furthest edges of self-expression, catering to those who want to make a statement so permanent it can only be undone with a time machine or a successful career in a traveling circus. 31. You might think of beer pong as a sticky, chaotic mess from your college days. But for some, it's a serious sport, and there are professional beer pong tournament organizers to prove it. These companies host structured leagues and high-stakes tournaments complete with official rules, branded tables, and cash prizes that are significantly more than just bragging rights. They have successfully taken a game fueled by cheap beer and questionable life choices and transformed it into a legitimate, organized competition. It's a beautiful example of American ingenuity turning a pastime into a profession. 32. While some food critics are dining at Michelin-star restaurants, a braver, more adventurous kind is navigating the culinary landscape of the American highway, the gas station food reviewer. These are dedicated content creators who have built a following by reviewing the cuisine found exclusively next to the gas pumps. They bravely sample everything from day-old roller grill hot dogs and suspiciously gray burritos to pre-packaged sushi of indeterminate origin. It is a field of journalism that requires an iron stomach and a profound disregard for one's own well-being, all in the service of answering the question, can I eat this without getting food poisoning? 33. In our disconnected modern world, sometimes you just need the comforting presence of a grandmother. But what if yours lives too far away? You can hire one from a Rent-A-Grandma service. These agencies connect you with older women who will provide companionship, cook you a home-style meal, or even just listen to your problems and tell you everything will be all right. On one hand, it's a heartwarming service that battles loneliness. On the other hand, it's the slightly dystopian experience of paying an hourly rate for the kind of affection that is traditionally free. It's either a stroke of genius or deeply, deeply sad. 34. For most, a Barbie doll is a symbol of childhood innocence. For Barbie doll modification artists, it's a blank canvas for creating absolute nightmares. These artists take perfectly good dolls and, through a process of repainting, sculpting, and recostuming, transform them into zombies, demonic creatures, and post-apocalyptic warriors. They skillfully turn Barbie's bright, cheerful smile into a horrifying sneer or a vacant, soulless stare. It's a business dedicated to systematically deconstructing a cultural icon and rebuilding it into something that will haunt your dreams. 35. You wake up. Your head is pounding, your mouth tastes like a desert, and your living room looks like it was the site of a small, very sticky riot. This is the moment of dread for every adult who occasionally forgets they are no longer 21. But fear not, for there are hangover helpers. These are not mere cleaners. They are a tactical cleanup crew for the domestically irresponsible. They descend upon the wreckage of your poor life choices, dealing with mysterious spills, mountains of red cups, and whatever that is on the ceiling. Some services even bring Gatorade and breakfast burritos, acting as both sanitation experts and emergency medics for your dignity. They are the unsung heroes for anyone who still parties like a rock star but has the recovery ability of a sea cucumber. 36. What do you do for a living? Imagine being able to answer, "I'm a professional water slide tester." It sounds like a job invented by a 10-year-old, but it's a real profession. These aquatic engineers are paid to repeatedly hurl their bodies down fiberglass tubes to evaluate things like velocity, water flow, and the thrill factor. It's all fun and games until you're the first person to test a new slide and discover, midway down a vertical loop, that the designers might have slightly miscalculated the G-forces. It's a career that balances the joy of an eternal summer day with the constant, nagging possibility of being launched into a low Earth orbit. 37. In an age where you can order almost anything from an app on your phone, it was only a matter of time before we applied that logic to basic human affection. Enter the professional cuddler. For a non-negotiable hourly rate, a complete stranger will come to your home for the sole purpose of providing strictly platonic, non-sexual snuggles. There are codes of conduct, signed agreements, and a level of clinical procedure that turns a simple hug into a business transaction. It's a fascinating and slightly tragic solution to modern loneliness, proving that in the gig economy, even the fundamental need for human touch can be outsourced, rated, and reviewed. 38. When you think of art, you probably think of marble, oil paints, or clay. You probably don't think of butter. But for butter sculpting services, a giant refrigerated block of dairy is a blank canvas. These artists are commissioned for county fairs and corporate events to carve life-sized masterpieces, from historical scenes to celebrity likenesses, entirely out of butter. It is a profoundly strange art form, impressive in its detail, yet temporary by its very nature. It's a testament to human creativity that someone, somewhere, looked at a stick of butter and thought, "I could sculpt Abraham Lincoln's face with this," and then built a business around it. 39. Taxidermy has always been a bit peculiar, but then there's anthropomorphic squirrel taxidermy. This is a niche business where artists don't just preserve squirrels, they give them a second life as tiny, furry humans. They are posed in elaborate dioramas, a squirrel playing poker with a tiny cigar, two squirrels getting married in a miniature chapel, or a squirrel riding a little motorcycle in a leather jacket. It's a level of bizarre creativity that is both hilarious and deeply unsettling. You have to wonder about the clientele. Who buys this? And what other design choices have they made in their home? 40. For the person who views death as less of a final destination and more of a temporary inconvenience, there are cryonics facilities. This is a business that takes the concept of planning for the future to its most extreme conclusion. For a substantial fee, they will freeze your legally dead body, or if you're on a budget, just your head, in liquid nitrogen. The hope is that future generations will develop the technology to thaw you out, cure whatever killed you, and reanimate you. It is the ultimate gamble, a bet that science will one day be able to fix both death and freezer burn. It's less of an estate plan and more of a subscription to a very, very cold future. 41. Ever need a rock-solid excuse for missing work or a boring social event? While amateurs are still using the "I have a cold" line, professionals are hiring an alibi and excuse providing service. These are, quite literally, professional liars for hire. They will craft a custom-made, believable story tailored to your needs, complete with supporting evidence like fake hotel reservations, doctored photos, or a phone call from a colleague. It's a business that preys on our desire to avoid confrontation and responsibility, turning deception into a marketable skill. It makes you look at every "sorry I missed your party" text with a whole new level of suspicion. 42. If you're tired of dating apps and disastrous blind dates, some companies suggest a new approach. Let your DNA do the talking. DNA-based dating services claim they can find your soulmate by analyzing your genetic makeup. You spit in a tube, send it off, and their algorithms search for someone whose biology is scientifically compatible with yours. The premise is that primal attraction is a better indicator of long-term success than trivial things like a shared sense of humor or common life goals. It's a fascinatingly cold and clinical approach to romance, attempting to solve the messy mystery of love with a spreadsheet and a saliva sample. 43. In the digital age, sending a message is instant and easy. But what if you want to send a message that is slow, confusing, and vaguely threatening? Then you need Potato Parcel. This company allows you to anonymously mail an actual raw potato to anyone, anywhere, with a short message written on it in Sharpie. It is the perfect tool for passive aggression. It's not illegal, it's not exactly a gift, and it forces the recipient to stare at a potato on their desk and wonder, what did I do to deserve this? It's a business that has weaponized the common spud for psychological warfare. 44. Is the guest list for your funeral looking a little sparse? Or are you worried your attendees won't be sufficiently grief-stricken? You can now hire professional mourners to ensure your send-off has the appropriate level of dramatic sorrow. These are actors who will attend the service and generate performative grief on your behalf, weeping with a conviction that would make an Oscar winner blush. It's the ultimate act of post-mortem ego, ensuring your funeral has the emotional impact you feel you deserved in life, even if you have to pay actors by the hour to fake it. 45. Walking is for peasants, and tour buses are so impersonal. For the tourist who wants a truly unique and slightly feudal experience, there are bike chariot tours. In this business model, you sit comfortably in a wheeled chariot while a very fit individual on a bicycle pulls you through the city streets. It's a mode of transport that feels like it was ripped from a history book about ancient Rome, except with more traffic and less conquering. You get a leisurely, unobstructed view, all while enjoying the quiet satisfaction of being physically pulled around by another human being's sheer muscle power. 46. There are people who like pickles, and then there are people for whom pickles are a core personality trait. For the latter group, there are pickle-flavored everything stores. These are businesses dedicated to the unholy art of infusing the flavor of salty brined cucumbers into products that have no business being associated with it. We're talking pickle-flavored cotton candy, pickle-flavored soda, pickle-flavored chewing gum, and even pickle-scented soap. It's a culinary movement that boldly asks the question, just because we can, should we? And the resounding, brine-soaked answer from these businesses is absolutely. 47. If you've ever walked through a modern art museum and thought, what is this garbage? Then you need to visit Boston's Museum of Bad Art. This is a real institution with a business model based on celebrating artistic failure. Their entire collection consists of works found in thrift stores, yard sales, and sometimes literally pulled from the trash. Art too bad to be ignored. It features portraits with questionable anatomy, landscapes with baffling color choices, and concepts so poorly executed they circle back to being brilliant. It's the most refreshingly honest museum on the planet. 48. In our hyper-productive society, napping is often seen as a sign of laziness. But what if it were a skill to be honed and perfected? Enter the professional nap coach. These are sleep consultants who specialize in the art of the midday slumber. They will analyze your lifestyle and teach you how to optimize your napping for maximum cognitive benefit, advising on the perfect duration, the ideal environment, and proper post-nap reanimation techniques. We have reached a point in our civilization where we need to pay an expert to teach us how to do something a cat does instinctively 18 times a day. This isn't just a business, it's a diagnosis. 49. For some, a bright smile isn't enough. It needs to be an expensive one. Custom tooth jewelers are the artisans who cater to this desire, specializing in the creation of grills. These aren't temporary costume pieces. They are intricate dental ornaments crafted from solid gold, platinum, and encrusted with diamonds and other precious gems. They can be removable or permanently bonded to your teeth. It's a business that fuses high-end jewelry with dentistry, offering a product that makes your smile not just a social gesture, but a significant financial statement that is probably a nightmare to floss. So, that's our 49. But we know for every weird business on this list, there are a dozen more hiding in plain sight in your towns. We've shown you ours, now you show us yours. Go to the comments and tell us the single weirdest, most unbelievable business you know exists. We're building a national database of absurdity, and we're officially deputizing you as our field agents. Now go make us proud. And hit subscribe, your first assignment is on its way.